27 minutes on to 7 o'clock. This is where I say good morning to you, Grenada, Caribbean, Cupiti, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Tuesday, the second day of September 2025. In case by chance you're joining us for the first time, this is GBN Classic, and I'm Gordon Joseph. Some folks say I'm innocent, some say I'm not, but it is what it is, all right? It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Yeah, Yulin Alexander, good morning. She's always first on the platform. So happy to have you, Yulin. I maintain that the best rendition of this song that I've heard is from Pastor Laurie Dominic. Good morning, Pastor. How are you doing? You and the first family? No, you haven't seen me for 2 days, right? Yeah, but we're here. We're good. Where there is faith. It's indeed a good day to have a good day. You woke up this morning. It's not because of anything good that you did, but it's simply because of His grace and His mercies. So you ought to be thankful for that. Yeah. Michelle Daniel, good morning. Bernadette Robinson, good morning. Yoland Swan, good morning. Hope you all are doing fine. Hope you all had a great night. Bevin, good morning, bro. Haven't seen you in ages. I hope all is well, all right? Yeah. I looked at the obituaries this morning. I promised myself not to, but I just looked this morning, and there I saw another acquaintance of mine, Boyo. Man, what's really going on? This guy's, man, just, sleep in the living room, man, so you won't die. You know what I'm saying? Sleep in the To his family, my deepest condolences, man. Oh my goodness. Youthful, but the Lord knows best. Yeah. Marianne, good morning. Monjalou, howdy do. Treasure, good morning to you. Hope you're doing fine. The folks in Mount Parnassus, good morning, good morning. Monica Meros Williams, good morning to you. Yeah. Life is full of problems that get in you down. There's no need sitting and waiting for another day. Turn to Jesus while you can and let. I want to say good morning to my brother from another mother, Cecil Cadet. Good morning to you and the family. He sent me some quotes this morning, and I love them. Money is the worst discovery of human life, but is the most trusted material to test human nature. So take up your... Thank you, bro. Thank you. And he sent me other stuff, God in heaven, I lift up my hands to you in praise this morning. Thank you for loving me, for walking with me, and for caring about the smallest details of my life. Lord Jesus, rise up within me that I may live boldly and confidently for you. Open my eyes so I can see all I possess in you. Strengthen my faith to take you at your word. Establish my steps that I may stay in your highest and best path for me. I am not alone. You are with me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Cecil. That's interesting, man. Folks are sending this stuff in. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And from our Reverend, here's our Tuesday morning prayer. Lord, on this day, I chose to put you first. Thank you that when you are not the center of our family, our lives are rich with love and... Okay, I think I have that wrong. It doesn't make sense. Thank you that when you are at the center of our family, our lives are rich with love and goodness. Lord, be the running stream springing up at the very heart of our household. Might we drink daily from the water of life, so that our days would be filled with kindness, forgiveness, trust, and love. In Jesus' name. Amen. I pray. Thank you, Sylvina Charles. Good morning, Catherine Phillip. There is no
Mildred Smith, how is Sherman, Judy, and Zamora? Everybody all right, right?
thing gonna be.
Nice, nice, nice. The word of the day today, that word is zestful. Zestful. It is spelled Z-E-S-T-F-U-L. Z-E-S-T-F-U-L. And it means full of enthusiasm and energy.
So let me tell
Zestful, full of enthusiasm and energy.
never, never let me down.
Here's how we can use the word in a sentence. His zestful attitude was contagious during the event.
Say, my dear,
Yeah, full of energy and life.
my friends don't follow him. Take
Eager to do it. Nice. Debbie, good morning to you. Petlin, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
confess your sins, Lord.
Yeah, thank you, God, for keeping us safe throughout the night and also waking us up this morning to face another day. Let us continue to praise His holy name. So said the old land.
The love of the Lord will never
Sylvina, you have an enjoyable day too, right? And it's time for the motivational tip of the day.
solid ground.
Nadisha, good morning. Good morning to the Sandersons. Hope you all are doing fine. Yeah.
So take up your cross, my friends, and follow him. Time to wake up and follow. The love of the Lord will never let
The motivational tip of the day is up next.
you show to place your feet on solid ground. Oh yeah, Jesus is the way to wash away your sins.
Good morning, Mama Can. Mommy Lyris. A big birthday is coming up, eh? We're going to have a ball, right? Nice, 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 nice. All right. Rags, good morning. Felon Smallis Blackett and the family. Good morning, Rico. Limit comparison. That's the quote of the day. Focus on your own progress, not others. Your journey is unique. Yeah, hence the reason why it is important before you judge and castigate someone, try walking a mile in their shoes. You understand what I'm saying? Focus on your own progress, not others. Your journey is unique. Too many times we try to compare ourselves with other people. We're not walking the same journey. We're not walking the same road. All right, our lives are different. Do not compare yourself to others. You are just going to put yourself under unnecessary pressure. And ever so often it backfires. You understand? Because your journey is unique. Okay? Don't walk my life. All right, run mine and walk yours. You understand what I'm saying? Deal with yours. You understand? We all got our battles. Good morning to the folks at His Majesty's prison. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Fleshy, good morning. Gangster Cop, good morning to the entire management and staff. And all those of you who are residing there for the time being, just be strong. What's buzzing this morning? Buzzing, 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 buzzing. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. All right, Kikam Jenny activity declines. However, the yellow alert remains. The Fisheries Division launches conch study, what we call Lambi, conch. In the region, Maduro vows republic in arms if U.S. attacks. Internationally, genocide scholars say Israel guilty in Gaza. And in sports, the head of ECCB pushes for indoor sports facilities. It's about time. Yeah, with this climate change and all kind of thing like that, outdoor activities and not the trending thing now. Let's do it inside. So you can get a warmth or you can get a condition based on the temperature and so forth. If it's too cold, then you warm it up, and so that the athletes can perform at the optimum. You understand what I'm saying? Judy Benoit, good morning to you and yours. Hope you all are doing fine. Yep. Joanne Brathwaite Batson, good morning. She says, good morning, Mr. Joseph, and happy Tuesday to all. Nice. Everybody seems to be doing fine this morning. Those of you who are mourning or grieving, I wish that you find strength, some sort of strength. Believe that, God is going to take care of you. You lost a loved one, a relative, a friend, or things are just not going right. Trust God. Good morning, Erlin. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're trusting God as always, right? Good morning to Judy, the internist that visited us. She's going to be back because we've got a visit to make. Had to run off temporarily, but she'll be back shortly. Good morning, Mr. Dupre. All right, hope you're doing fine, bro. Keep strong. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with two special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Coming up in the news, Kikem Jenny activity declines, however, yellow alert remains. Fisheries Division launches conch study. In the region, Maduro vows Republican arms if U.S. attacks. Internationally, genocide scholars say Israel guilty in Gaza. And in sports, the ECCB head pushes for indoor sports facilities. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
Coming up, all the major players were in town for Carib Festa 15, along with the top entertainers, artists, and more. The essence and beauty of African culture on full display at emancipation celebrations in Trinidad and Tobago. Important for centuries, still attracting attention today. Welcome to Havana. It's all next on this station.
Good morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. The National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, says seismic activity at the Kikamjeni submarine volcano has declined further. The elevated activity, which began last Wednesday, has slowed noticeably. From August 31st to Monday, September 1st, just one minor tremor was recorded, measuring a magnitude 1.3. Despite the decrease, the alert remains at yellow, meaning the volcano is still restless and activity could pick up again. NADMA says it will continue to monitor the situation and urges residents to stay tuned to official updates and follow all safety guidelines. Grenada's Fisheries Division has begun collecting 400 queen conch as part of efforts to determine the country's official meat conversion ratio. Fisheries Officer Crafton Stroud says the research is a requirement of Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, the international body that regulates trade in endangered species. Grenada's conch exports are currently suspended until the data is provided. We have more in this report.
We are collecting 400 queen conch, and we are trying to develop a meat conversion ratio. Now, this is a requirement from CITES because currently we have a suspension on exporting our queen conch. So as it is right now, we must have this meat conversion ratio. Once we have this ratio and we can be transparent and we can have the proper data.
He adds that the findings will help prove that Grenada is shipping only conch of the legal size, paving the way for the ban to be lifted.
Once we continue to have accurate records with our reporting and we follow the guidelines, we have a consultant with us right now that is actually assisting us with this process. So I cannot give a time right now as to when we will be able to export conch, but it's sooner rather than later. Yes. So the fisher folks should be happy and looking forward to it.
Great news for the fishing community there. Meanwhile, Attorney General Claudette Joseph says government is willing to consider amendments to the Age of Civil Responsibility Bill, but maintains it will not be withdrawn. Speaking on the Bob Report recently, Minister Joseph stressed that the administration is open to refining the legislation before it returns to Parliament. The bill, which proposes lowering the age of consent for sexual and reproductive health treatment to 12 years in special circumstances, has stirred strong debate. Critics argue it threatens parental rights, while government says it seeks to protect vulnerable minors. Although introduced in July, the legislation must be resubmitted in the new parliamentary year. Alongside it are the Status of Children Bill and the Marriage Amendment Bill, all part of the Spotlight Initiative. And finally, on the local scene, the General Hospital, through the Ministry of Health, has been officially presented with hospital equipment and accessories valued at over $308,000. That was donated by the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, the GHTA, through its Tourism Enhancement Fund. The donation, a range of essential medical supplies and equipment selected in consultation with hospital leadership, is intended to support patient care, relieve pressure on frontline teams, and strengthen the island's health system as Grenada continues its social and economic recovery. Specifically, it will provide specialized care in the areas of ophthalmology, obstetrics, and ear, nose, and throat. Although patients who once had to travel to receive care, it allows patients who once had to travel to receive care the opportunity to obtain the care right here in Grenada. The equipment is being used in the A&E, ophthalmology and obstetrics departments or wards. That's the local news at this time. Stay with us. The news from the region and internationally, they are straight ahead. In the region, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro says he will declare a republic in arms if U.S. forces in the Caribbean attack his country. Maduro claims 8 U.S. military vessels with more than 1,000 missiles are now targeting Venezuela, calling it the greatest threat to the continent in a century. The U.S. says the naval buildup is aimed at stopping Latin American drug cartels, not invading Venezuela. Still, Washington has accused Maduro of running a drug cartel and has doubled the bounty on his capture to $50 million. In response, Caracas has deployed troops along its coast and border with Colombia while urging citizens to join a civilian militia. Meanwhile, Venezuela's foreign minister says the U.S. justification is a false narrative, warning any attack could destabilize the entire region. 8 people, including Irish aid worker Gina Harati, have been freed weeks after being kidnapped from an orphanage in Haiti. Harati, who ran Little Brothers and Sisters, was among those taken when armed men broke into the St. Helena orphanage in Kenskoff, south of the capital Port-au-Prince. Her family says they are relieved beyond words and deeply grateful to all who worked for her release. Haiti remains gripped by gang violence, with groups controlling much of the capital. In response, the U.S. and Panama have proposed a new 5,500-strong international gang suppression force with UN support, though it's unclear which countries will commit troops and funding. Now, looking further afield, a former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani will receive a Presidential Medal of Freedom, the high civilian honor Donald Trump has announced on Truth Social. Giuliani became known as America's mayor after leading New York through 9/11, while he previously worked as Trump's personal lawyer. The pair have since parted ways. We have more in this report.
President Trump said he's awarding the former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani in the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And you can see this post here on Live Now from Fox from the White House on this Monday, saying, as President of the United States of America, I am pleased to announce that Rudy Giuliani, the greatest mayor in the history of New York City and an equally great American patriot, will receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, our country's highest civilian honor.
And finally, the world's leading association of genocide scholars has declared that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. A resolution passed by the International Association of Genocide Scholars, IAGS, states that Israel's conduct meets the legal definition as laid out in the UN Convention on Genocide. Across a 3-page resolution, the IAGS presents a litany of actions undertaken by Israel throughout the 22-month-long war that it recognizes as constituting genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. CNN has more.
across the spectrum who are saying that what Israel is carrying out in Gaza is not simply a war, but is also a genocide. This is now coming from the leading association representing genocide scholars around the world, with more than 600 members from multiple countries around the world. And what they have determined in this latest statement is that Israel's actions in Gaza have now, in their view, met the legal definition of genocide as enshrined in the United Nations Convention for the Protection and Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide. They also say that Israel's actions in Gaza constitute war crimes and crimes against humanity, and they are calling on Israel to cease all actions that meet these definitions of genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity.
And folks, that concludes the regional and international segment of news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Grenada's Timothy Antoines, is calling for greater investment in indoor sporting facilities across the region. Speaking at the closing ceremony of the 5th ECCB International Netball Series at the Tantin Netball Facility, Antoine stressed that Grenada, like many of its neighbors, needs proper infrastructure to safeguard sports development. We have more in this report.
Grenada needs that not just for netball, but for basketball, volleyball, tennis, and what have you. So I hope the Grenadian authorities and the private sector will consider making that investment.
Governor Timothy Antoine. He pointed out that climate change is making the call even more urgent as weather disruptions increasingly threaten outdoor games. Antoine noted that currently St. Lucia is the only OECS country with an indoor sporting facility and urged other islands including Grenada, Dominica, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines to step up. Antoine added that those who already have facilities should be ready to host regional tournaments, while those without must begin the work to get one. Venus Williams continued her dream run at the U.S. Open by reaching the women's doubles quarterfinals alongside Leila Hernandez. The 45-year-old American and her 22-year-old Canadian partner upset 12th seeds Katerina Alexandrova and Zhang Xia 6-1, 6-3 in 74 minutes on the Louis Armstrong court. The pair, awarded a wildcard into the draw, have now knocked out two seeded pairs and are yet to drop a set in any of the three victories. Cheered on by a partisan crowd, Williams and Hernandez raced to a 3-love lead in the first set before being hauled back by their opponents, but another break allowed Williams to then serve out for the first set. The American-Canadian duo looked sharp, with Hernandez poaching well at the net, and they broke Zhang again in the third game of the second set. As in the first set, they were pegged back, but once again responded by breaking Zhang and wrapped up victory when Hernandez intercepted at the net with a smart volley. That's the sports. Stay with us. The weather forecast is up next, which will be followed by the recap of the headlines.
Shop with confidence at Courts. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster Mr. Wint. at the Met Office for Jonathan Price, at the Met Office for the latest weather forecast. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning.
I struggled there. I struggled.
I realize that's fine.
When you're multitasking, those things happen.
It does. Yes. Good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday, the 2nd of September, 2025, as recorded at the Morris Bishop International Airport. It is currently generally fair with winds coming from the east-southeast at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.2 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 29.6 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 75%. Yesterday's maximum was 31.6 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 27.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 10.5 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which is also the total for the month so far. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be fair, becoming partly cloudy at times, with brief isolated showers, with an increase in cloud cover, showers, and a low chance of thunder overnight. Today's max will be 32 degrees Celsius, with winds easterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be slight to moderate, with waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. High tide will be at 2 p.m. and low tide at 5 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:16 and sunrise at 5:56. Just to repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be fair, becoming partly cloudy at times, with brief isolated showers, with an increase in cloud cover, showers, and a low chance of thunder overnight. From the forecast desk at Morris Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
I do not know where Mr. Wind came from, but Jonathan, have yourself a wonderful day now. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Need to check your bill balance? Use the Grenlec mobile app. Open the Grenlec mobile app and tap the icon labeled Balances at the bottom of the screen. View your bill details, including your current bill balance, the due date by which you must settle your bill, the amount and date of the last payment you made. It's quick, easy, and available 24/7. Convenience at your fingertips.
Six minutes gone past 7 o'clock to end the news. A recap of the headlines. Locally, Kikamjeni activity declines. However, yellow alert remains. A Fisheries Division launches conch study. In the region, Maduro vows Republican arms if U.S. attacks. Internationally, genocide scholars say Israel guilty in the Gaza. And in sports, ECCB head pushes for indoor sports facilities. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Layers and broiler chicks. All animal feeds and supplies available, including supplements, waterers and feeders, and lots more. For the farmers, we have you covered, literally. Greenhouse plastic, premium quality ground cover, hydroponic systems, pesticides and fungicides, rain guns, weed whackers, and more. Visit the Oasis Pet and Garden today. Conveniently located along the Wester Hall Main Road, Wester Hall, St. David's, and Melville Street, St. George's. Now serving you at 2 locations. Visit us today.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Are you ready ready to take charge of your money, build wealth, and protect your family's legacy? Then join us on October 9th, 2025 at Radisson Grenada Beach Resort for your Financial Future 2.0, Legacy, Literacy, and Liberation, a one-day financial summit designed to break cycles, build wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. You'll gain real-life budgeting hacks, a money mindset reboot, steps to create generational wealth, and practical tips on investing, estate planning, insurance, health, and business finance, all from expert speakers who know how to turn knowledge into action. With 2 inspirational keynotes, 3 powerful panel discussions, and 6 breakout sessions, you will leave with your personalized action plan for success. Don't wait. Secure your seat today. Tickets are EC $350 at disruptiveleadershipconference.com/YFF. Your Financial Future 2.0. Your next chapter starts here.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Your Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL. Sponsored by Republic Bank, Grenada, and Hubbard. Republic Bank CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
Well, folks, it's 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. I now join Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Corporal Paul, good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning to all your listeners as well, especially drivers, pedestrians, and everyone using a road network this morning. It is always a pleasure to bring the traffic report on a morning time. And yesterday we saw some lovely drone footage which assisted most of our motorists in getting to their destination safely and on time, and knowing what alternative routes to use while traveling, especially through the town of St. George's, where we focused most of our attention, also right down through the south of the island. But this morning we want to let persons know that at this moment the traffic is rather moderate, but it's moderately flowing at this time through most of our roads, towns, and all its adjoining roads. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty as to getting the drone footage this morning, but however, once it's ready, we will definitely bring that information to the public. In addition to that, for the past 24 hours, we had a total, as we continue, we had a total of 9 minor accidents and 1 serious. So definitely we saw there that we had persons out of the 10 accidents we had reported, 1 was a serious accident, and where we had some serious damages to motor vehicle and some injuries taking place, but we want to encourage persons to continue to drive safely. The accident trend is a bit high for a Monday as well, so we want to appeal to drivers to continue to drive safely. It is our responsibility at the Traffic Department to ensure road safety is paramount along our nation's road. However, as we get back to the traffic report, persons can expect, as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, that we expect a heavier volume of traffic within most of our towns and all its adjoining roads as persons move to their destination. Yesterday, what we saw a build-up of traffic in the Marasville area, where most of the traffic came through the Lucas Street roundabout, where we had a lot of the traffic was focused on the Bolio Tempe public road, where that traffic head on to the Marasville. Also, we saw that heavy traffic coming from the St. Paul's direction, and also it shows that we know where most of our volume of our traffic came from. So persons traveling along these areas, we ask that you leave home on time if you have to get to your destination on time and safely. So that area where most of our volume accumulated. We also saw that in the area of the Tantin roundabout, so the Springs area had a heavy volume of traffic, and we expect that same volume of traffic to continue today, and because now we have the reopening of the private schools, so therefore we'll have that extra volume of traffic on our road this morning. So persons, we urge you to drive safely. If you have not left home as yet, please do so you can get to work or to get to your destination on time. We still have the road closure along the Grenada public road where traffic will have to be diverted through the Frequency public road and exit onto the Limes Grandans, and also persons have to use the Dusty Highway public road onto the Lansopin public road and get to their destination. And also in the evening time where we have the upper portion of the road being done, where persons will have to use the Montoot, Callan, and exit onto the Gulf Coast public road. So we urge persons during the day that if you have to go to the Grandlands direction, the southern part of the island, please exercise some due care and caution, because we have some traffic diversions along that way. So we appeal to drivers as well. So we definitely want to encourage drivers this morning that you will have to expect some traffic delays as you head to work this morning, especially if you're coming to the town of St. George's. Something that we observe as well, that a lot of persons avoid the town especially. So we saw a free flow of traffic through the town of St. George and the Marafield Cemetery Hill and all the other adjoining roads. That volume was very heavy, and we had that bumper-to-bumper traffic. So we want persons to be advised that everybody cannot use those alternative roads. So let us be mindful that and be observant while we're driving. So some can go through the town of St. George, while some use the Cemetery Hill, Motley Hill, and the Marafield Public Road to get to and from the destination, especially if you're heading to the south of the island. And that is most of the traffic report that we'll bring to you this morning. And the question we continue to ask every morning: if you are texting,
then who's driving? So Amen. Have a good day, Corporal. You and the entire department, and by extension the rank and file of the RGPF, and we look forward to another comprehensive traffic report come tomorrow if God spares.
Thank you very much to your entire team as well.
Folks, that has been the traffic report. It's 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got some representatives from the British High Commission in the person of Mr. Clark, and we're talking the Chevron scholarships. Yeah, we'll be talking that when we get back.
Are you ready?
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
All right, folks, welcome to the conversation. It's 26 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we have a slight delay in starting the conversation with the folks from the British High Commission. So in the interim, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the lines a bit. If there's something pressing that you think you'd like to converse on just before, we have a window of opportunity that we can talk. School reopened yesterday. How was your first day at school for parents who have their children going to school for the first time? How was it? Did they cry a lot? Or is there something else burning that you'd like to have a brief opportunity to converse about? This is your opportunity to do just that. You know the numbers, 435-2041. That's both for the WhatsApp and the landline. And I will accommodate a few calls until we bring on Mr. Clark and his team from the British High Commission. So give me a call. I want to say good morning to Miss Glenda, and Yolan says, get well quick. I didn't know you were not well. I do hope that you really get well quick. All right, Miss Glenda? Okay, get well quick. Good morning, Agnes Dowden and Samantha Williams. Good morning to you all. So like I said, it's 435-2041. You can call in and, highlight anything that you think is worthy of being highlighted. I will accommodate a few calls before we start the conversation with the folks from the British High Commission. anxiously awaiting the results of that election that took place in Guyana yesterday. I don't know how long it would take for them to, tally the ballots. I would really like to know what the result is with Vice President Barra Jagdeo and Irfan Ali get another term. Also, Venezuela is on the preparedness mode. They're thinking that there's a possibility that they can be attacked by the U.S. However, the U.S. says that the military presence in the periphery is basically just to curb the drug cartels. We heard it in the news that President Nicolas Maduro says that it will be a republic in arms. I really, really do hope that it doesn't get to that. I don't think this is a good time for any instability in the region. All right, things are already as hard as they can be with all these tariffs and all this, so many things that are counter progressive, if you want to use that term, economic differences and so forth. So I really wish that, there isn't any conflict that is forthcoming out of that area there, Venezuela. I really do hope that, it doesn't go down that way. I want to say good morning to three people, Zia, Tariq and Zanaya on your way to school. Hope you all are doing well. Have yourselves a great day. Keep on smiling. And your mom and everybody. It's 30 minutes after 7 o'clock. I'm hoping that my phone lines are good. So, because I'm not getting the calls, maybe it's because of the timing. Of people think that, that window of opportunity is not enough. I want to say good morning to the folks on the north of the island. We're hearing that Kikamjeni, the activity, the volcanic activity there is subsiding a bit. However, the alert remains at yellow because there's the possibility that there still could be some seismic action. So the folks on the north of the island, St. Patrick, Carriacou, Pidimatnik, I know you all are very concerned about that. So follow, listen to the media outlets, listen to things that are coming from NADMA so that you can be guided accordingly. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Innocent. Morning to the listeners and the viewers.
Welcome.
Now, the situation in the Caribbean should be of great concern to all of us. Apart from the unnecessary presence of the U.S. military, we have the composition. They have nuclear submarines. Just imagine on nuclear in the Caribbean. We had in 1960s the Cuban Missile Crisis almost brought the world to explosion, and people were so concerned at the time. Now we have a situation where nuclear instruments are being introduced in the Caribbean, and it seems as though people don't realize the magnitude of that. Now going to Trinidad now, I heard, I think maybe your radio station, a clip where the Prime Minister of Trinidad says it's rubbish what people are talking about, there's no evidence. She needs to explain why did she meet Mark Rubio, the day after her election. I mean, the Americans have said that Trinidad and Guyana, along with Argentina, Ecuador, and another one, are in a coalition. So how come she would say they didn't have any conversation? The former Prime Minister of Trinidad, when he was asked some time ago about the agreement to have Trinidad used by the Americans, said it was rubbish again. And the journalists kept pressing him and so on and so on. Trinidad is deeply involved, and it reminds me of Eugenia, Dominica, and Tom Adams, and Edward Seaga. Unfortunately, Trinidad has become from a neo-colonial country to a client state now, unfortunately. And it shows we have to ask ourselves, should we continue under the pretense that there was a CARICOM when countries could selectively, as Grenada did in the case of, years ago when the Americans was threatening to invade Cuba because Cuba protected itself from the brothers to the rescue, and Grenada was silent because and hiding behind CARICOM. Whereas when China had some issues with Taiwan, the Grenada government then said, well, you have to be careful. I mean, watch out, because Grenada would not stand by unless you do anything to Taiwan. To me, that's total hypocrisy. If we can be principled, we should not be, getting involved in anything. We have to be principled, and we have to be principled all wrong, not selectively. So unfortunately, we have client states in the Caribbean. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 26 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, welcome.
Channel 7 is very bad for more than 2 weeks now. We can't see the CPM.
I'm not hearing you.
Channel 7 is very bad. The reception is very bad.
What's your location? Hermitage.
Yes.
Okay. That's all you want to say?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Okay. Technical team, we've got 2 reports. One is from Mount Parnassus area saying the volume on the television is low, and now someone from Hermitage in St. Patrick is saying that the quality of the broadcast is bad. So maybe there are some technical issues that are to be addressed. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program. Okay, you need to get your phone sorted out and call back if you can. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning. No, I am yet to understand.
Could you step away from the radio or television, please?
All right, hold on.
Lovely.
Hello?
That's good. That's all better.
As I was saying, I am yet to understand America's presence in Caribbean waters. Is there any proof? That Maduro, with drugs and all the rest of it, this could just be a rumor? The other thing is the CARICOM heads of government knowledgeable. Did they meet, have a meeting, and call America, or as a case may be? I find this whole thing is just nonsense. So far, I have not heard one Caribbean leader saying anything about this situation. Where are we going? What kind of hypocrisy everything is this? I can't understand it. This is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, some heavyweight or something. What? I'm still confused and wondering what is going on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. I am wondering too. We're all in the same boat. 23 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, for all what the previous callers have said, it's okay. But there is a degree of hypocrisy among Caribbean leaders, not only now. We have to remember clearly that Venezuela was claiming 2/3 of Guyana. And Venezuela did mass their military on the border with Guyana. CARICOM was silent. Okay, there was a deafening silence from CARICOM, which Venezuela cannot do that based on international law. But because they can overpower Guyana, this is a position they have taken. The question about the drug trade, everyone knows clearly that the drug trade in South America that go to Europe and North America is real. It's not about getting irrefutable evidence. We know about Pablo Escobar and others. Trump's position, if he's in international waters, to board vessels by using his military to deal with the drug traffickers, I support it. The drug trade is a menace, not just to America or those using it, but to the entire human race. We condemn cocaine trafficking. We condemn drug trafficking. And if a policy is being designed where you use the military to get rid of it or to fight back, why is it a problem? The question of Venezuela's sovereignty and who Venezuela chooses to be friends with is not America business. I only hope that what Donald Trump said, it is to interdict the drug traffickers and not a pretext or disguise to confront Venezuela militarily. Thanks very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 21 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is a time. This is, I am a news freak, right? And the more I look at the situation, is the more volatile it is becoming, the build-up. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm quiet. I want to say hello to Miss Brenda, and I hope you shall speedy recovery.
Right.
Let me say to the previous gentleman who called, I think he's living, in an illusionary world. Because we all know Donald Trump say one thing and does another. My position with the fight against illicit drugs, I have no problem with that. But the extent of the military capacity that is in the region you cannot equate that to the fight of drugs. There are other motives, and we all know that. People must not just think we hope Donald Trump do. We hope. The reality is, this man is a crazy man, yes, and with this Rubio guy along with him, and they want in Venezuela is the oil. Full stop. That's it. And we know that, and it's not something that we should be guessing and wondering why. And that is the reason why they are there. They are going there because they want to control the oil in Venezuela. I understand this gentleman, and I don't agree with him. CARICOM did have a position on it. Maybe there was not things. The CARICOM did talk about the build-up of the Venezuelan with Guyana. They did. But to use that as a pretext to justify the U.S. build-up of all this nuclear thing in the Caribbean doesn't make sense. Because my knowledge is the country that is actively involved in drug production is not being targeted by the Americas, by America, then they're not. Venezuela may be a transshipment point, but in terms of the production, where is that emphasis on those countries that is producing the jobs? And I think we have to wake up and see what is happening. America they are pushing their own agenda. Guyana have oil, Venezuela have oil, strategic for them. And if they could control all of that, they're not in control of Guyana right now in terms of what happens there. And if they could control Venezuela, obviously, they're in a good position. And that is the bottom line of what is happening, the oil.
Okay.
Have a good morning.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. All right, folks, it's 18 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a commercial break. When we come back, we talk.
Stop Goosebumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Your Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
GBN's broadcast of CPL 2025 is made possible by Republic Bank, Hubbards, Grenlec, Echo Blue Limited, Demerara Mutual Life, Answer Coatings, and Flow.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
Coming up, all the major players were in town for Carib Festa 15, along with the top entertainers, artists, and more. The essence and beauty of African culture on full display at emancipation celebrations in Trinidad and Tobago. Important for centuries, still attracting attention today. Welcome to Havana. It's all next on this station.
Welcome back to the conversation, and as I told you, the timing, we were just making up some time, but we can wait no longer. I've got with me the Mr. Victor Clark. He is the British High Commissioner in Grenada, And every year around this time, we have this conversation with the scholarship. How do you pronounce it? Chevening Scholarship. Morning. Welcome.
Good morning to yourself, your listeners, your viewers.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you here. How has since we spoke last year, I know some new students got on board. And how is it going? How is the scholarship going?
Very good. So yes, the students who applied, thanks to some of our work raising awareness last year, there was 3 students who were recently announced to go out to the UK, and they're going to be starting their master's studies in the UK within the next couple of weeks. And they're studying in areas of importance to Grenada. So one is studying in the area of kind of structural engineering, and this individual was kind of heavily involved in kind of post-hurricane burial kind of work. Another sector is kind of banking and finance, which we know is always kind of a challenge and an issue, particularly access to finance, challenges for small businesses, here in the Caribbean. And then thirdly, the last one is in kind of communications, which, as you know, as a communications professional, is an important part of the infrastructure for Grenada as well.
Yeah, that's the direction the world is taking as a whole. Yeah. Communication is it. The scholarship, that scholarship program, is it offered to other regional territories, or it's just for Grenada?
So no, the Achievement Scholarship is not just regional but global. I think there's 160 countries in which the UK run the Achievement Scholarship program. How it operates in this part of the world, so for some countries they get kind of allocations of numbers. How we operate in the Caribbean is that there's a set amount of funds for the Caribbean, but then islands kind of compete for those funds. So that's even more reason why it's important to kind of raise awareness, because the more high quality, good Grenadian applicants we can get, means that the more scholarships that can actually come to Grenada, if the quality is good and you can compete against the other islands.
Okay. Now, what are some of the benefits you would say that are derived from someone who is successful with a scholarship, with this scholarship? What does it entail? I mean, is it a full-fledged scholarship, free tuition, housing? What
yes. So the Junior Scholarship is a scholarship for funding a 1-year master's course in the UK, in any university, and in any subject. What we're really looking for is the future leaders. So the future leaders of Grenada, and particularly those who are planning to study and work and be leaders in Grenada in areas of importance to Grenada, in areas that are going to be important for the growth and development of Grenada. That's what we're really kind of looking for. So when we look through the applications of all of those who apply, the key things we're looking for is, how much potential is this individual to really kind of lead in their particular field? How important is that field for Grenada? How good are they at networking and being able to kind of potentially make those big significant changes? Because what we want is for them to go to the UK, study for the year, come back to Grenada, and there is a requirement for all of the scholars to come back for a minimum of 2 years to Grenada to really put back into Grenada. But it's a 1-year fully funded, so you have flights, there's a stipend to cover your living expenses and accommodation, as well as full tuition, and all of your kind of day-to-day expenses. Part of the focus of this scholarship is that we want it to be open to all. So no matter what your economic socio background is, we want this scholarship to be available and open to you. We really want the best of the best, regardless of what their background is, and that's why it's really important to us that it is 100% funded, that the individual themselves doesn't have to have certain resources or background to be able to take advantage of that.
That's really, really interesting. Usually when government provides scholarships to individuals, they are usually bonded for a specific number of years, meaning that they must come back and work within the state. Are these rules applicable with this scholarship as well?
So certainly part of the requirement is that an undertaking by the scholars to come back and give back to Grenada. The reason we're funding the scholarships is not to help individuals personally with their own careers, but really to invest in the people of Grenada for the benefit of Grenada, and the wider population. So there is that requirement and that undertaking for the students to come back and give a minimum of 2 years. We hope they can spend even longer back here in Grenada and establish themselves and give back to Grenada long term. But we do make them sign that undertaking for a minimum of 2 years.
2 years, okay. From your mental recollection, can you pinpoint one or so success stories from this scholarship that impacted Grenada?
Well, there's so many. I think I think we've had certainly over 50 scholars who have received the Achievement Scholarship over the years, and we've been increasing in numbers recently. So it used to be every year we'd kind of get one or two. The last 3 years we've had 2 years we've had 3 scholars, and 1 year we had 4 scholars. Okay. So I'm hoping to maintain that kind of higher number of scholars that have come through the system. Certainly the head of our Achievement Alumni, so we have Achievement Alumni Network, and that's part of the benefits of the scholarship program as well, is that not only do you get the studies in the UK for the 1 year, but there's a number of networking events in the UK that we arrange so that you can network with all of the other scholars from all of the other 160 countries, particularly make those connections and networks in your particular field of interest and expertise. But also when you return, we have the Grenada Alumni Network, the head of which is a lovely lady, Kina Marast, who works within the legal system here in Grenada, and that network, and when they come back, that's another opportunity to kind of make the most of the opportunity. And we certainly, as the High Commission, try to kind of engage and get those ex-students and alumni together at least 2 or 3 times a year, and look to kind of do programs and projects together. Okay. And there's a number, I don't want to single out individuals, but there's a number of kind of different success stories that regularly happen year on year.
Adaptability. When a scholar from Grenada, or well, not yet a scholar, but a scholarship awardee gets to the UK, do you have a team up there that assists them in settling in culturally and identifying the locations and residents and so forth?
Yes. So I mean, a big part of it, I think, is also that cultural experience. And I have the luxury of, in my job, being able to kind of move around and experience lots of different cultures, and I find it 100% rewarding every time I do. Every country that I go to provides a unique set of local circumstances that broadens my understanding and knowledge of the world. And I think that is a unique part of the scholarship program. So we do support the students before they leave. So in terms of getting access to the visa that they require, because they'll be studying for longer than 6 months. In the UK, they would require a visa, so we help them through that process, pay for that process as well as part of the package. And once they arrive, there's particular support networks in place that help those students settle, that they can kind of fit in a little bit easier, because it can be quite daunting and quite a challenge, kind of moving country and changing culture and weather.
Yeah. Adapting could be a little difficult if you're not supported properly. Now, having said all that, how, to my audience out there viewing and listening, and they're hearing this, how do they apply for this scholarship?
So the scholarship has just opened very recently and will be running until the 7th of October. So 7th of October is the cut-off for applications for this year, and that's for students who want to start their master's course in September of next year. So the process takes around 6 months or so in terms of the application. If you're successful at the first stage of application, it goes through to an interview stage before the final awards are given for the scholarships. So it's a bit of a process, but the initial process is applying online, and you apply through chevening.org. So chevening can be a bit of a challenge, so it's spelled chevening.org. And at that website you can find lots of information about how to apply, what's required. In terms of your own minimum background, there's no age restrictions at all. There is a requirement that you've done an undergraduate degree study and completed that already. There is also a requirement that you should have done a minimum of 2 years work experience. Ideally within the same kind of field that you're kind of really looking to progress in with your master's course. But essentially, that is it. That is the only kind of minimum requirements. And when you apply online, the process is they'll ask you to write a series of essays. It's around 4 essays, I believe. One on leadership, one on networking. There's one that's very focused on your career plan. And I would say that's particularly the one I would encourage potential applicants to really have a good long think about. Essentially what we will be looking for is individuals who can really articulate why they want to do this study in the UK, how it's going to fit into their career, what their ambitions are, in 5 or 10 years' time, how this really kind of meshes all together, and have that understanding and that thinking very kind of clear.
So sort of focused.
And very focused, yes. Yeah. And it's very important that you're able to kind of communicate that and communicate that, convincingly, because that's essentially the reason we're funding all of this, is to see, what these individuals may be able to kind of bring Grenada in the future. So having that narrative kind of very clear is very important, and is often the determining factor between applicants about who is successful and who is not.
That essay on how the studies will impact you.
Yes, and how it will impact Grenada in the future.
Okay, so folks, you heard that. Just for memory purposes, repeat how we can apply.
So the process is all online through chevening.org. The deadline is the 7th of October. I'd encourage people not to wait till the 6th of October to go online, because there are these essays and you may need to do a bit of thinking about your responses and how you would want to kind of frame those essays. We don't want somebody who's just generated something on AI on the day before. We want people to really kind of think about their responses, because that's going to be crucial in terms of their success or not. So you've got just over a month before the deadline on the 7th of October. Everything can be done online, chevening.org.
Chevening, that's CHEVENING.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so folks, you heard it. And is there anything you want to add?
So I will also add, the Chevening Scholarship Programme is fully funded by the UK, and we manage it within the High Commission. So sometimes I sit on some of the interview panels, and it's very much managed by us. But we also fund another scholarship program that awards scholarships here in Grenada, which is the Commonwealth Scholarship Program. So the UK fully funds that one as well, but that's managed by the Ministry of Education here. So I think this year 2 scholars, I think one in healthcare, one in education, are travelling to the UK in a couple of weeks under the Commonwealth Scholarship Program. So there is another scholarship program as well, and certainly I would encourage people to kind of look at that as well. That's also fully funded by the UK government, but managed through the Ministry of Education. So for any information on that, people should go to the Ministry of Education, and I think the deadline there is slightly earlier. I think it's mid-September sometime, the deadline.
Okay. All right, well, Mr. Clark, I want to thank you once again. We have an annual date, once a year we see each other. I hope that could be ramped up a bit, Let's hear the work of the Commission,
yes.
the British High Commission, a little more often, because I know you're stationed here and it means that you're working, you have a lot doing. So maybe we can have some more regular connections.
I would love that. We have a whole wide range of development partnership work that we do here in Grenada. So I'd be quite happy to come back at some point and go through some of those.
Definitely, we will do. But for this morning, I want to thank you for coming and sharing with us, and we'll definitely be in touch.
Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. I have been speaking with Mr. Victor Clark. He is the British High Commissioner here on Ireland, and we were talking of the Chevening Scholarship. The deadline is the 7th of October, and you go online, chevening.org, and make your application, have your application filled out, follow the guidelines, and that's the conversation this morning. We head to the BBC momentarily. Don't you go anywhere.